Welcome to Dr. Kannan Pugarendi's channel. Sitting is considered as the next form of smoking. Is sitting as dangerous as smoking? One of the proven carcinogens in the world. Now, we used to sit this way, and we are now sitting on what is called as a chair, a sofa, a bed. Very comfortable, very comfortable. But unfortunately, in the comfort zone, the most important aspect of the muscular tissue that works more and more to keep us against gravity, pulling us down and making changes in the muscles. So we need to understand whenever we sit like this, few things happen that are different. One, when we sit like this, we sit with the compression of the muscles in the back of the thigh, and most of the time, as we sit for a long period, your feet are not flat. Your feet goes back, raising the heel of the floor on the toes, sometimes crossed. Because of these changes, the thigh rotates to the outer aspect, making the muscles on the outer side shorter, making the muscles on the inner thigh longer, and the muscles in the lower limb or lower leg becoming longer again. And more than that, the pelvis, as we sit in a softer chair or sofa, tilts. So most of them cannot sit long with the pelvis. This is the pelvis, this tilts. So naturally the spine above it is also going through a C-shaped curve. And the neck protracts, shoulder protracts. So all the front portions become shorter, the portions behind become longer. Now these changes are eliminated to a large extent because these compressive forces are non-existent when we sit cross-legged. Because in a cross-legged sitting, you are directly sitting on the ischium bone, the sits bone. So when you sit on that bone, no compression of the muscle happens. As I said that there are benefits in sitting down cross-legged, the disadvantages could be that we continue to sit for long hours without practice. Possibility of pain around the knee or the hip or the ankle can happen. But if you practice it in a gradual manner and increase it, these are not an issue. Few changes that we made in an Indian environment. We stopped sitting down. We stopped sitting to eat our food, sitting down to eat our food, and thereby reaching forward to eat our food. These are eliminated. The Indian closet that we threw, the Western closet that we accepted, again changed the requirement for us to go down on a full squat. So today a full squat seems to be a dream. Most of us feel that a full squat is dangerous. But that is the basic requirement for Indians to go down to touch the ground and be totally flat on the earth. Because the chair, depending on my weight, the cushioning can alter. Because of more weight, it will be pressed more. Whether it's mattress or a sofa. But as far as the ground goes, it cannot change. It will be the same return force depending on the weight of the person. So it doesn't modulate depending on the weight. So we need to understand the changes that we make here are much more demanding for the muscles depending on the duration. depending on the frequency, depending on the intensity. Here, the intensity that we talk about is not only from the muscle, from the thought process that goes during that sitting. So, most of the patients today that I happen to see are people who sat on a laptop, cell phone, computer, by cell phone playing games from a pediatric to geriatric age group. They are seeing the changes that has happened from the lower end of children who are in school and people who have retired from their work. These are the extreme ends and all the people in between. What we considered as luxury. Sitting like this is a luxury. Sitting down, no. That means you don't seem to know what is beneficial, what is worthwhile to sit like this comfortably. But these changes that we made can cost us a knee joint replacement, a hip joint replacement, a spinal joint changes. In other words, we need to stabilize a joint, we need to put this, we need to put that. All those things can be minimized or almost eliminated if you are sitting down. Do not cross the usual or accustomed time. If you are sitting for 20 minutes, don't cross more than 30 minutes to prevent changes for which the blood supply can be jeopardized while you are sitting. Venous return can be jeopardized. But if you gradually increase the number of hours of practice, nothing like sitting down. And if you are seated on a carpet which is firm, on a floor, it is safe enough. But you don't sit on a pillow or anything that is also going to be compressed and change or force the body or the muscles within to contract against gravity. The effort will be much more. So the fatigue that sets in is going to be more. And if blood supply is going to be minimized because you are seated, naturally the muscle has to talk to you in the form of pain, in the form of altered sensation, in the form of swelling, movement range restriction, so on, or combination of any of this. So sitting down is a boon. At least once in a day, you saw someone to go down with your feet flat, ensure that your lower back stretches, it's like in a full squat, then gently to touch the ground and then supporting with both hands and moving down requires your effort of the quadricep, your glute and the calf muscles, and they are all anti-gravity muscles which are essential to keep you healthy against gravity. So if you do not take care of them, the possibility of pain and a surgical intervention which can be avoided. Who wants to have your knee replaced? Who wants a joint replacement? Who wants an artificial one or a duplicate one when you have an original? So understand maintaining your joint in a healthy manner. It is essential those who are seated on structures like this as chairs, sofas, mattress can be injurious, and so sitting down is an ideal way of getting the benefits of sitting and still retain your knee as your own, as original, or hip. So you can avoid these surgeries and avoid pain, avoid seeing doctors, physiotherapists if you sit down. Thank you.